Hello, my panda pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a double feature because I really want to catch up on Seeking Sister Wife. So today we're going to be covering what happened on Season 5, Episodes 7 and 8. Chapters will be in the description so you guys can go ahead and click on your favorite couples, but obviously I will super appreciate it if you watch the whole thing through. Either way, if you're ready to go, sit down, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. We're gonna start things off with the Ryans, get them out of the way because nothing really happens. After their failed surprise visit to see Stephanie, Justin does end up meeting a woman named Yari. He goes on a date with her, and it's very clear that she's not very familiar with the polygamous lifestyle. Oh, and he got a haircut before the date where his hair went from super short to a tiny bit shorter. Like seriously, no difference between these two. The two vibe pretty well on their date, and Justin is able to get her to kiss him. Next up, we have the Salahuddins. Last episode, Naeem's plan to force his mother into meeting Keisha goes awry when Keisha backs out at the very last minute because she gets cold feet. Naeem also lets Nyla know that he would really like to start dating people in person instead of online. It's a new day and the pair are getting ready for their second date with a new potential sister wife named Alexis. Nyla is very skeptical at Alexis's prospects of being a sister wife because she's super young, but she says that she's willing to stay open-minded because Naeem seems very interested. They all meet up and Naeem is immediately turned off by Alexis's choice in outfit. He thinks it's way too skimpy and inappropriate for a wine tasting, and he says this shows that she's not really a mature woman. They start the tasting and Naeem keeps seeing more and more reasons why Alexis is way too young for him to be dating.
It just tastes pink to me. It smells like fruit snack.
I think her age is coming out a little bit.
Naeem grows less and less interested in this date as time goes on because Alexis is very chatty, super giggly, and she keeps making jokes that make him feel awkward, like she has baby taste buds or she's like an adult for the first time tonight. Naeem excuses himself to the bathroom and Nyla takes this time to gauge how Alexis is feeling and kind of covers some boundaries and ground rules that they both have as a couple. For example, she says there will be no one-on-one dates with Naeem until everyone is comfortable because they have to make sure everyone vibes with everyone.
I thought it would be one-on-one.
We do it the other way just to see if it
To me, I think it would be fine.
doesn't work well like that.
You never know.
Nyla is taken aback and a little bit offended that Alexis is basically saying that she really wants to date Naeem without her. Naeem comes back from the bathroom and Nyla lets him know that she was just covering some ground rules like how no one goes on one-on-one dates with him until later. Alexis kind of dismisses Nyla and goes on to ask Naeem if he would be okay with going on one-on-one dates.
For her to come back and ask Naeem, what's your opinion on it? She must presume I am dictating the guidelines and perhaps maybe Naeem is not on board.
Naeem says it's definitely way too soon for one-on-one dates and that everyone really needs to get to know each other a little bit more first.
We definitely are just meshing perfectly fine. I think it's gonna be fun.
I'm hitting Nyla under the table because I actually just want to leave.
Naeem goes on to tell Nyla that it was a super weird date because he felt like he was at dinner with a daughter and he's like, I'm not dating 26-year-olds ever again.
No, absolutely not.
I think everybody was comfortable.
Moving on to the Merrifields. Last episode, Mr. Ick got engaged to his new Brazilian beauty despite Dannielle not really feeling any kind of connection with her as of yet.
We are back in America and we have decided to break the exciting news to the family.
Garrick is super nervous because he thinks the family will definitely be concerned considering how recently things ended with Roberta.
I ended up proposing to her.
What?
The family is definitely less than thrilled to hear this news. They're like, are you sure about this? And Garrick is like, yeah, I mean, I felt God tell me this was right. Lady Sam asks him how long he's known Natalia before he felt God say this, and Garrick says about 2 months. Lady Sam thinks Garrick is being stupid because he literally did exactly this same thing with Roberta.
It's like you're underwater and you're not even coming up for a breath, man. You're just going deeper.
Gentleman Sam tells us that he's trying to stay in his lane, but it's super difficult because they keep coming to them when things go badly, and it's so hard to see them keep getting hurt. And I'm sure by them getting hurt, he means it's hard to see his sister get hurt because of this dipshit of a man that she chose to marry. Now that Natalia and Garrick are engaged, they need to figure out next steps. Are they going to apply for a K-1 visa or a marriage visa? Lady Sam asks if Natalia is going to move to the States, and Garrick is like, yeah, we still got to figure that out. And I'm like, wait, you haven't talked about this before you got engaged? You're talking about applying for K-1 visas or a marriage visa to bring her to the States, and you don't even know if she wants to move here. Garrick tells them that Natalia is a lawyer in Brazil, so he would want to encourage her to open up her own practice here in the US, which Lady Sam is like, I mean, that sounds like she's gonna need money for something like that. And then Garrick reassures her by telling her that Natalia's father comes from money, so it's totally fine. Then Gentleman Sam is like, you're gonna get a prenup, right? And Garrick is like, And Gentleman Sam is like, no. If you don't get a prenup and she leaves, then she takes half of what you and my sister have built, and that is a no bueno situation.
That's true. Yeah, we've thought about that.
Are you sure about that? Because it sounds like Garrick only planned up until the part he gets to bang Natalia, and absolutely nothing after that. Gentleman Sam is like, don't you think that after all of that stuff happened with Roberta, you would want to get to know the new girl a little bit more? You know, make sure she works with the family before you actually do the getting married part? And Garrick pulls a Garrick.
Just obeying God. I mean, we both just felt this like cloud of the Holy Spirit. Like,
Dannielle's brother must be super sad that this is the man who was able to brainwash her into believing that him and God are super besties. Garrick is mountain biking with his best friend Bill. They go to take a breather, and Garrick tells him that he's planning on going to Brazil to visit Natalia and also to get legally married. Bill goes on to ask how Dannielle's been holding up because he knows that Dannielle probably isn't super happy about all of this. And Garrick, in true Garrick fashion, dismisses her feelings and says that he would like Bill to just keep praying to God for him to continue to guide him.
keep me in prayer while I'm down there and see how things go. I mean, I keep praying God to direct and guide and, you know, help out.
It's been a month back in Colorado, and Dannielle tells us that things are not where she had hoped that they would be. Natalia seems to be connecting great with Garrick, and the two of them talk all the time, but her and Garrick are no longer in a great place.
Our bond, our sisterhood, isn't truly important to her. I'm expressing my concerns to him, and it's like he doesn't understand them.
Oh, girl, he understands them. He just doesn't care. Your concerns are basically just an inconvenience to them, so it's incredibly easy for him to just dismiss them away. Garrick tells us that he is a little concerned with the two women not connecting.
I think women are emotional. It makes them more vulnerable to ideas, and not every thought that enters your mind is a good thought to entertain.
Are you f***ing serious right now? Is he really trying to say that women are more inclined to have dumb thoughts because we're emotional? You think the Holy Spirit is God's semen? You think that a man blowing his load in a woman is gonna get their DNA into their brain? Are you really trying to say that it's the women who have the dumb thoughts and not you? We see clips of the couple arguing back and forth about how Dannielle basically texts Natalia, but she never gets a response back from her, even though Garrick gets texted back all the time.
She's seen my messages. Now why is she not responding? How many times has she responded to me? How many times?
How many times have you done this?
Dannielle goes on to tell us that she doesn't really know where their relationship stands anymore because Garrick is about to go to Brazil to be with Natalia.
I'm still planning on going to Brazil, but we've also decided that I'm going to spend a little longer. So I'm going to be heading to Brazil for a solid month here.
Oh my God, you're leaving your family for a month so you can go on vacation and bang another woman? Oh, right, I forgot. God told him to do this, so he's in the clear. Dannielle knows that they both need this separation, but she's worried because he's gonna go down there to get legally married to Natalia, and he could just choose to never come back. If he chose not to come back, that would be such a colossal blessing for her. Dannielle, let that man go. Garrick has now been in Brazil for 6 weeks.
Garrick and Natalia are planning a wedding. They're planning to apply for the instead of the K-1 visa, the marriage visa.
Dannielle is packing for her trip to Brazil to attend the wedding, and Sam comes over to help her, and Dannielle tells her that she super does not want to go.
There'd be nights where Garrick would call us and we were like, yeah, come stay at our house. I've never seen it like that bad.
Sam picks out this really sexy dress and Dannielle's like, oh yeah, I haven't worn that yet. And honestly, I don't know if I should because I'm pregnant. You heard right, folks. Dannielle is pregnant with Satan's spawn. I have never known what it felt like to be disappointed to hear that someone was pregnant. Now I do.
You're pregnant? Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
With no congratulations in sight because we all know that this is not the best news. Sam asks her how she feels about being pregnant with everything going on in their relationship, and Dannielle says that she knows things have not been great between her and Garrick, and the thought is very present in her mind that she might be signing up to be a single mother.
But maybe this baby will bring them together. It may not seem like that right now, but I'm hoping that they're able to work this out.
No, stop it. Why would you want that for her? Garrick sucks. That baby deserves to be raised by not Garrick. And also, Dannielle deserves a break from all of his absolute horse shit. Stop it. Dannielle goes on to say that she doesn't know how Garrick will take the news because they are in such a fragile state. She also says that Natalia continues to be unresponsive to her and she feels like she doesn't even want her at the wedding.
She knew Garrick and I were having a hard time, and I feel like she maybe thought in her mind that we would break up. She wasn't like, I want you there, sister. Like,
does she want a sisterhood?
I don't know.
I mean, she's marrying Garrick, so she's gonna be a part of some kind of sisterhood, whether she likes it or not. If her life depended on Garrick not marrying any more women, that man would throw her off a bridge so effing fast and find a way to say that God told him to do it. Dannielle gives Garrick a call. Garrick says things have been crazy with the wedding planning and Natalia is out getting her wedding dress. And Dannielle tries to confide some of her concerns to him.
Just doesn't seem like she wants me there, you know? I don't think I can come.
Once you get here, I think it'll be a lot better.
And again, he dismisses her feelings. Dannielle goes on to say that she's unsure because she just doesn't feel like Natalia wants her there and things have not been super great between the two of them.
I found out yesterday that I'm pregnant.
Wow. His system needed to do a whole ass reboot to get him to that smile. He does eventually go on to say, like,
children are a blessing from God, so it's a blessing.
I understand that surprise babies happen all the time, whether you use protection or not. But in my head, I like to pretend, or who knows, maybe it's the truth, that Garrick is so dense that he thinks if he closes his eyes and prays super, super hard, he can basically raw dog it all the time, and that will be 100% effective birth control. Dannielle goes on to say that she's super overwhelmed, and Garrick offers 0 words of comfort.
It just kind of feels like I'll be in like the background, like a third wheel in a sense.
I mean, yeah, but I think we'd love you to be a part of it.
Yo, I cannot believe that he just said, yeah. Dannielle tells him she thinks she's gonna be a third wheel, and his response is, yeah, but we still want you to come. I seriously wonder, if God is real, is he up in heaven looking down on Garrick and going to all of his buddies being like, yo, homie, come over here. Let me show you what f***ed up shit I can get this dumbass to do.
Yeah, I just don't think I can right now. I'm sorry. So maybe I should just give it, let you go for now.
Moving on to the Sherwoods. Last episode, Shane grills Sarah on her date with Ashley, and he's super skeptical on whether she's gonna be a good fit for them. Shane meets up with his friend Charlie, and he updates him on everything that's been going on. He tells him Ashley met a new woman named Sarah, and he even got a chance to meet her too.
So we meet, and I'm going through the questions. I was kind of getting this feeling.
Good feeling or bad feeling?
It was a bad feeling.
Okay.
He tells Charlie that it was very awkward seeing Ashley openly flirt with someone else in front of him, and despite not really knowing how to interpret how he feels about the situation, he does know that he really liked seeing Ashley as happy as she was. He tells him how Sarah mentioned that she only saw the couples that she dated a few times a year, and she hasn't really taken any additional initiative to get to know the two of them any better.
It sounds like there's some questions that need to be answered. Like, that's not what we're looking for. That's fine.
Thank you for validating that. Sometimes I feel like the bad guy.
Shane confides that he sometimes feels like the women he meets may try to steal Ashley away from him. We then find out that Shane was actually diagnosed with kidney cancer last year. And though he is cancer-free now, it will most likely come back, and the results may not be super positive next time around. Knowing this makes what he said a few episodes ago hit so different. If you don't remember, he mentioned that he's open to this idea of sister wives because he really wants Ashley to explore her newfound sexuality, but also it would be really comforting for him to know that should anything happen to him, that Ashley is loved and taken care of. At the time, I thought it was like a nice sentiment, like, oh, if a freak accident happens, my wife will be loved. But now we know they're kind of planning for it.
I mean, I really only have Ashley to talk to, and I'm scared. But I don't want to be weak in front of her.
The last thing I thought I was going to be doing while watching a show called Seeking Sister Wife was cry my eyes out. Everything he does is out of love for her. He wants her to explore her sexuality. He wants her to find someone who's going to love her when he's not here. Everything he does is purely out of love for her. Like, we're gonna move on because I'm gonna cry again. Nobody needs to see that. Shane gets home and tells Ashley about how his chat with Charlie went. He says that even though Ashley is his confidant, it was really nice to get some things off of his chest to someone who isn't so close to the situation.
Trying to date, cancer remission, being pregnant.
A baby developing into a toddler.
A baby, yeah.
Yeah, just a lot going on.
Moving on to the Davis family. Last episode, April tells Dannielle that they can slow things down and wait a little bit longer until Dannielle is comfortable before having her start dating again. A few weeks have passed, and April takes the girls to a smash room to try and diffuse some of the continuing tension.
I think this smash room is the perfect thing to show her that she doesn't have to be afraid to open up and express to us how she's feeling.
Now, if you don't know what a smash room is, it is basically a place that you can go, pay for a little bit of time where you put on some protective gear and go absolutely ham, breaking a bunch of crap. I am a little curious to know how many of the Smash Room clients are single women. And I'm not saying like single as in not dating anyone. I mean just uno, just one single woman alone, no friends, no party, just going to vent out some absolute rage. Cause me, I'm an angry little Asian woman. I would go absolutely bananas all the time. I would be like diamond tier level membership at that Smash Room. Dannielle is starting to feel a little bit better because she feels like the ladies are starting to understand that polygamy is really new and unfamiliar territory for her.
It really feels like we have turned a corner. Maybe time to talk about starting to date again.
The girls head out to eat, and April asks Dannielle where she's at in regards to dating because her and Jen are super ready and raring to add people to the family. Dannielle says that while she's very nervous about the idea, she knows that she just wants to take it slow and really get to know the individual woman that she's looking into. April expresses her nervousness with Dannielle leaving the family again, and Dannielle reassures her by saying that she is a lot more open to communicating her concerns instead of letting them fester. So, she will not run away and hide and will instead come to the family to work things out together.
Do you really feel like you're ready for us to start dating other women?
No, I do.
April understands Dannielle can change her mind anytime, so she's choosing to be cautiously optimistic. The ladies head home so that they can tell Nick the good news.
Dannielle, you sure you want to pursue this?
Yeah. I'm ready to get married and find a wife of my own. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Dannielle tells us that even though she's playing it cool, she's absolutely terrified about the prospects of finding a wife. And that, my Panda Pals, is all for today. I am finally caught up with this season of Seeking Sister Wife, which I'm super happy about because now going forward, every recap I release will be up to date with the current episode that has just come out. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. I hope to see you guys at the next one. And as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye.